What's up guys, TLo with his second Gen 5. I had two in the same day, and here's the screen. See the teams, you know the drill, and here's where I changed my Swampert to Ice Punch, and I don't even think it came in handy. But anyway, yeah, that Landeros, basically another ground flying, it's times 4 to Ice, and I was like, yeah, good job, I changed my thing to Ice Punch. Alright, so I'm going to go into Uxie, and I trick Scarf this thing, but this thing happens to have a Scarf, but what he didn't know is that if I trick myself and I give myself a Scarf, I can actually switch moves. And so he thought I was going to switch, but obviously not, since I do Earthquake. He does Earthquake and I do Stealth Rock, so now he's locked into Earthquake. I'm going to send in my Zapdos to obviously scare it out because he can't touch it. And I'm just going to make a double switch to Tyranitar. He's going to switch, and I'm going to switch to Dusknoir expecting the T-Tar, because I know I can take a Crunch, and I just want to Will-O-Wisp that thing. And so I make my double switch to Noir, and I go for the Will-O-Wisp. I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, buffeted by Sandstorm, lefties, I think we're good now. Okay. So he actually switches out as I Wisp, and he goes to his little Bugfire thing, expecting the Wisp. So it doesn't affect him, and I'm just going to go for Sneak to see how much it does, because I'm pretty sure he wants to set up a Butterfly Dance, and hopefully it can be a 2-hit kill. But I go for the Sneak, and he actually opts to go for a Substitute, which just baffles me, because a Sub with Rocks Up in the Sandstorm, that's not a good idea. So he's just going to die from the Sandstorm after he sets up his own Sub. So I'm sitting pretty with my Dusknoir here. And Jolteon comes in, and I'm scared of a Shadow Ball, but I'm also expecting a Volt Switch. So I go to my Tran to take whatever he has to do, which is a Volt Switch. And I'm thinking, okay, he's probably going to go into his Landros, and he's probably going to overpredict and go for a Stone Edge, because it's in the Sandstorm, maybe it'll kill anyway. So I go, and I stay in, and I think I went for a Lava Plume here, but he ends up getting a crit on the Stone Edge, which I don't really care. It's expected, 20%, whatever. So he goes, I go to my Luke, and since he's locked into Stone Edge, I can get up a free Swords Dance on the switch. He switches into his Natore, and I'm thinking, Close Combat's probably going to kill, unless he's, like, completely max defense. So I go for my Close Combat, and that is a sure kill. That's good for me. One Natore down, Ferrothorn. And so I take some Iron Barbs and all that juicy stuff. I take some Life Orb, and he sends out his Dragonite, and I'm thinking, okay, it might want to Earthquake, and I don't know the EVs on it. I'm just going to go for an Extreme Speed to test the waters, because Close Combat's not very effective. Crunch is neutral, but it has the same base power as Extreme Speed, so I might as well just go for it. He has to go for a Roost to get his multi-scale back, but that's not going to happen. And now he's forced to kill me, because if this sequence keeps going, I'm just going to end up killing him. So as you can see, I take down more health than he had earlier. So now he's just going to go Fire Punch to kill me. And I'm thinking, okay, Fire Punch, probably a not so bulky Dragon Dance, or maybe a bulky Dragon Dance, I don't know. But I send in my Zapdos, because I'm timid max speed, so I'm probably going to outspeed. I go for a neutral Thunderbolt on him, and that's obviously going to kill. And I take my Life Orb, and I take my my Sandstorm Buffet. He sends out his Landeros thing. So I'm just going to switch out, and I think I go to my Uxie to take the Stone Edge, because I know I can. Even though it's a 33% boosted Sandstorm, whatever. But I take that, and I take another one, and then I just go for a U-turn because I wanted a free switch into my Swampert, my Banded Swampert. Sorry, I changed my Dusknoir Ice Punch instead of not. This thing still has Avalanche. But I'm not going to go for it. I'm going to hit a Waterfall because I know it's going to kill, and I know it's also going to kill that T-Tar that comes in. And Avalanche wouldn't have. So here's my Waterfall. Kills his T-Tar. And I was like, alright, what does he have left? I think I can sweep his team from here. He's got his Jolteon, and unless he has HP Grass, then I'm good. And so he Shadow Balls, and I take that pretty well, even though I'm not defensive at all besides HP. And I just hit him with a Waterfall, and that's a crit, but I really don't think it matters since Jolteon is a frail Pokemon. So now he's got this thing, and he has to go for Stone Edge, because if he goes for Earthquake and I die, then I can just send an Uxie and just U-turn, 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 U-turn until it dies. Or struggles himself to death. So I hit him with a Waterfall, and that's the game.